everyone, it's Laura, and I hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to talk about portion sizes, and this is a huge topic because, especially in terms of the obesity epidemic, because a lot of people aren't utilizing portion control when it comes to consuming food. So what happens when you overconsume and have too big of a portion size? Then it can lead to weight gain, which a lot of people don't like and a lot of people don't want. And so I wanted to go back to the basics today and discuss the appropriate portion sizes for certain foods. And what I want to do is challenge y'all, because in the beginning, measuring things out can be kind of mundane. And so my challenge for y'all is to, in the beginning, measure things out according to the portion sizes that I'm about to provide for you. And so then in a couple weeks, you'll have it down based on what the food looks like on your plate or how it lands in your bowl. And you'll be able to more or less eyeball it and end up having the appropriate portion size. So I'm going to go through appropriate portion sizes, and again, I challenge y'all to utilize this information, especially over the next week or two, so that especially before the holidays, you have portion sizes down and it's something that you know how much of a certain food item that you should be eating versus how much that you're actually eating. Because a lot of people, I'll say just measure it out for the first couple times or two. So for instance, if you eat cereal, then I challenge you to portion out, read the label, see how much a serving is, portion it out, so say it's a cup. Put it in your bowl and you'll be able to see in your bowl where the portion hits and compare it to what you normally eat. And I guarantee you're eating a lot more than you think you are. So I challenge y'all, again, measure it out at least for the next week or two, so then you'll have portion sizes down. And this will help you maintain a healthy weight if you're already at a healthy weight, or lose weight if you need to lose a few pounds. Okay, so the first rule of thumb in terms of portion sizes: half of your plate should be vegetables, and a fourth of your plate should be protein, and the other fourth should be starches. So the majority of your plate should be vegetables, so spinach, carrots, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, bell peppers, onion, corn. I can't think of any more. Tomatoes, cucumbers. You could do a salad for half of your plate, but half of your plate should be vegetables. A fourth should be some type of protein, so this could be beans, it could be nuts and seeds, it could be any type of meat, any type of tofu, soy, tempeh. Eggs are considered a protein. And then the other fourth, like I said, should be a starch. So that would be rice, potatoes, if you want to put a small roll right there. But again, that should be a smaller portion. So for instance, say you're creating pasta, okay? So when you're making the pasta, half of your plate should be vegetables, a quarter should be the pasta, and then the other quarter should be meat. And then you can mix it all together in a bowl or whatnot. But that shows you the appropriate portion sizes, okay? And this is assuming that you're not going on the edges of your plate, but you're staying within the indentation of the plate. So now I'm just going to go through some typical categories of things and tell you the appropriate serving size. So I'll go slow and I'll put the list on the screen so you can write them down and so you'll know the appropriate portion size. So I'm going to start out with grains, okay? So in terms of grains, 1 cup of cereal, 1 pancake, which is the size of a compact disc, half a cup of cooked rice, half a cup of cooked pasta, 1 slice of bread, 1 bagel, which is the size of a can of tuna fish, so it's a small bagel, and 3 cups of popcorn. Next one, fruits and vegetables. So 1 medium piece of fruit, which is about the size of a baseball, 1 cup of strawberries, 1 cup of greens, 1 cup of cooked vegetables, and 1 baked potato, which should be the size of a mouse. Not the animal mouse, but a computer mouse. Next, in terms of protein. So 3 ounces of lean meat, so trimming off the fat, removing the skin, and that's about the size of a deck of cards. 3 ounces of fish, which is about the size of a checkbook. 3 ounces of tofu, which is also the size of a deck of cards, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, which is about the size of a golf ball, 2 tablespoons of hummus, which is also the size of a golf ball. So next is dairy. So the appropriate portion size for cheese is 3 pieces of dice, 1 cup of yogurt, low-fat yogurt that is, half a cup of frozen yogurt, and half a cup of ice cream. So the next one is fats and oils. So 1 tablespoon of butter or spread, which is about the size of a poker chip, 1 tablespoon of salad dressing, 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise, and 1 tablespoon of oil. So for the most part, fats and oils, it's all a tablespoon, which is the size of a poker chip. Next is sweets and treats, which is going to kill a lot of people. So the appropriate size of chocolate is the size of a dental package. So the little square dental packages. 1 brownie, which is also the size of a dental package. A slice of cake, which is the size of a deck of cards. And 1 cookie, which is about the size of 2 poker chips combined. So those are the recommendations for appropriate serving sizes. This is not to say that you can't have multiple servings of these particular foods at one time, but it is suggested that you lay low and you don't go crazy. And especially when you know the appropriate portion sizes, it makes it easier to judge whether you're overindulging or whether you're right on track or whether it's okay if you have a little bit more of something else. But for the most part, you should try and stick to these portion sizes. There are going to be times when you're going to receive a piece of cake that's the size of your face and it's not the size of a deck of cards. And that's when self-control comes into play. Self-control and portion control go hand in hand because they work together. And it's super important if you're wanting to lose weight because without one, you can't really have the other. So if you're someone struggling with self-control, I challenge you to recognize why it is that you're losing control and begin to work on those things and figure out ways that you can get more self-control and establish that back into your life. If it's something that you've never learned, then you're going to go through a changing process where you're going to learn more about yourself, more about your personality, and more about why it is that you tick. And this can be a challenge for a lot of people because a lot of people don't want to dig deep and they don't want to figure out why it is that they overeat or why it is that they don't utilize portion control. So it can be a really big challenge. So I want you to find support, whether it's me, whether it's people that you find on my channel, on a different website. Find support and people that will challenge you and support you and hold you accountable for making sure that you're utilizing portion control. In terms of portion control, a lot of that has to do with education. So like I said, challenging yourself to measure things out and to visually learn what portion control looks like. So once you have the self-control and the portion control, then you have a recipe for success. So I hope this helped you out. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Also, feel free to subscribe and check out my website. I have meal plans on my website, and I'm also available for counseling. So if you're interested in that or having questions, feel free to ask me. And feel free to subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye.